As we delve into books 13 and 14 of the Odyssey, we are basically still with Odysseus as he is in the court of the Phaeacians with King Alcinous and Queen Arete, and he is wrapping up his tale. He has, remember, the whole story has started in medias res, in the middle of things. And we've got to go back and get the backstory of how he left Troy, what has happened up until then. And it's not until this book here that we have completely gone through the retrospective cycle. We have all of the back information that we need, and we have finally just now been caught up to real time. So everything that will happen from this book story or this book onward is going to be, we're going to be in the middle of it unfolding. We're not going to have any flashbacks. So we are finally just now caught up to real time. The Phaeacians agree to send Odysseus home. They give him great gifts, Odysseus is worried that he's not going to make it home yet again. And so they very thoughtfully give him this, the gift of sleep, and they load him down with gifts and they send him on his way. While this is happening, Poseidon petitions Zeus because, again, that curse, he does not want Odysseus to make it home. But Zeus says, you know, this is it. He is going to make it home. There's no way around that. And you've basically got what you asked for. He's lost everything. He is an older man. But there was a prophecy and punishment that would be played out. Years and years and years ago, Alcinous heard that there would be a stranger that would come in and they would help him, but then their city would have a mountain dropped on top of it. And so Poseidon reminded Zeus of that, and he said, you know, I'm not going to go so far as to do that, but I will fulfill the prophecy somewhat. And before the eyes of the Phaeacians, after they had dropped Odysseus off, the ship and everyone on it turned to stone right in front of their eyes. And so as that happened, Alcinous remembered that prophecy. And they had been ones that were so willing to help and adhere to that code of hospitality. Out of fear, they vowed to never help a stranger again, because they did this. It became fulfilled, and it was to, you know, much distress and dismay on their part. But that was all on the side. The good news is Odysseus has finally reached Ithaca. When he wakes up on the shore, Athena has basically disguised his surroundings so that he's not familiar. He does not really know where he is, but she reveals it to him, informs him of the suitors, and then in turn disguises him so that he, if he just rushes into the city as he is, more than likely the suitors are going to kill him as where he stands. And she does not want, I mean, he's been on been through too much to have it ended this way. And so with that, there is this, again, this great theme of deception and illusion that not only is seen in this book, but throughout. You know, there are many times Athena has disguised herself. She does not reveal herself fully to others. A lot of times she does to Odysseus if the situation can call for that. And that, you know, will show the reader just how close she and Odysseus are. But just some of the examples of the deception and illusion. And to keep in mind, deception is not always to be taken in a negative context, because sometimes deception or disguise is necessary for safety reason. In the beginning of this, Athena gives him Odysseus a disorienting miss. He does not really realize where he is. He transforms into a beggar by Athena so that for his safety, he must overcome challenges through disguise and deception. He is going to deceive the suitors, and that they will suffer and go through hardship because of this. His deception and illusion will also allow him to test his family and his servants. He is not only is he not going to reveal himself to the suitors, but he is not going to right off reveal himself to his family and his servants, because He wants to find out just exactly where they stand. Have they been faithful to me while I've been away? Have they done all that I've asked? And you know, there's a lot of insecurity on that part. I've been away for 20 years. Does my wife even, you know, will she know who I am? Does she love me? And it is through these tests, while they are, you know, on one hand sneaky and deceptive in a negative context, they are part of adding to his security and knowing where he stands after being away for so long. Book 14, Odysseus encounters Eumaeus, who is a very faithful servant. He is the swineherd. He listens to Odysseus's storytelling. He adheres to the code of hospitality. He freely gives this guest, because keep in mind, Odysseus is still disguised as this beggar, and Eumaeus has no idea who he is, welcomes him in, gives him the bed. He goes and sleeps with the pigs, and Odysseus really realizes that this man is forever faithful. He goes above and beyond. And while Odysseus is talking to Eumaeus, we see this another example, or another aspect of Odysseus's character, and that is his keeping with this theme of deception and illusion, this idea of storytelling. Odysseus has invented tales about his past. He incorporates some truths from his life, and in a way that makes his lies not wholly or 100% false. And so if you compare Odysseus to this alter Odysseus, this persona, Odysseus, he does, yes, fight at Troy. He has difficulties getting his men to leave the Ciconian prizes, and he is swept away at sea to try to get to Calypso's island. As he's telling this story to Eumaeus, this alter personality also fights at Troy, has trouble controlling his crewmen, and is swept away at sea before he finally lands. And so this, in keeping with this, you can see Eumaeus doesn't 100% believe all of it, but it's kind of allowing Odysseus to have this wall, this safety feature that he has basically instilled, so that he can again test and see where people actually stand. And the good thing is that we see Eumaeus and ultimately his family are going to pass with flying colors.